The Capitol Theater is located on Broadway in the heart of downtown Maryville, Tennessee. Originally known as the W.A. Dunlap Building, it was constructed in 1922 as a furniture store. Soon after, it became home to Maryville's J.C. Penney's store. In 1934, the building was sold to the Crescent Amusement Company, who renovated the store into a 999-seat theater, known from then on as the Capitol Theater. I did see the original showing here of the Gone with the Wind movie, and I saw it at the Capitol Theater on Broadway. That's been quite a few years ago. That'd been about 1938. And at that time, going to movies wasn't the most common thing in the world, but you got to realize that movies were new then. Sound movies had only been available a few years, and it was a pretty good experience, and not everybody could afford to go to a movie anyway.
I remember going to the Capitol. It was probably 68 or 69. I was 13 or 14, and I had grown up on a farm, and it was a big deal just to get to go to Maryville then. But to be invited to a movie at the Capitol was like, oh my goodness, I was so excited.
My fondest memories of my childhood are the old inner city of Maryville and all of what it had to offer before the Foothills Mall, before Midland Shopping Center, when anything and everything that you did was in historic downtown Maryville, as we call it today.
Lived in Maryville, or south of Maryville, all my life. This was the place that we came to hang out, the downtown area. Downtown was a vibrant downtown. Back in the day, we didn't have, I even remember downtown before there was a Midland Shopping Center. So the downtown area was where you bought all your groceries. It's where you did all your entertaining. It's where you bought clothing and everything else.
I have so many fond memories of that. The particulars, have faded somewhat, but when I go into Maryville and I pass where the Capitol used to be and where I watched Gone with the Wind, it evokes that same excitement, that I felt when I attended that movie.
As a child, riding my bicycle into town and playing Little League Baseball behind the courthouse afforded me the opportunity to go just one block up onto Broadway and visit the many stores and venues up there that it offered. Here's a picture that goes back a little further than me, but shows the Capitol Theater here when it was running its first running of the Gone with the Wind. I didn't see Gone with the Wind there, but I did see Thunder Road in black and white, of course, and with Robert Mitchum. I did see Alfred Hitchcock's House on Haunted Hill, among many, many others. I would actually go there on Saturday morning and leave on Saturday night when they showed their last showing.
The picture of the Capitol with showing the line at the Gone with the Wind movie, I said that I could have been in that line for all I know. I have no earthly idea that I was or wasn't.
The Capitol closed as a theater in the 1970s. Over the years, it was home to a variety of businesses, including a disco, a wedding dress store, and a grill. In 2002, the building was sold to artist Heath Claiborne.
I was walking up the sidewalk, and the Capitol was boarded up outside, and I called a number that was painted on a piece of plywood, and the gentleman who owned the theater drove down here. He was here in about 5 minutes, and he had owned the Capitol, I think, since about the 1970s, maybe late 60s. And he had a teen disco in here, and he walked me into the theater, and it was so much bigger than it looked on the outside. And I never intended on opening a movie theater back up one day. At the time, I just wanted a huge building for my studio. But over the last couple of years, I kept fixing it up a little bit at a time. And today we have a coffee shop and my art gallery. And later on this year, we'll be actually renovating the theater.
Currently, the Capitol operates a coffee shop Monday through Saturdays, accompanied by an art gallery featuring paintings by Heath Claiborne and other artists. The upstairs balcony hosts private parties, meetings, and even a weekly church youth group. The basement of the Capitol is leased to a local Christian college ministry, where students from Maryville College, Pellissippi State, and the University of Tennessee come to meet.
We're really blessed to have this place down here, the basement of the Capitol. Heath lets us use it full time. We rent it out from him by the month. We have a lot of different events down here, have a lot of college events, watch movies, have small groups down here.
We've been in the basement since August, I guess, and then started out in the lobby where we had a higher ceiling, better acoustics, but we got crowded. We got above that 40-person threshold a few times. It got really crowded, started losing people, so we came in, renovated the back, and that's where we are today, and we've got room for about 50 folks.
Construction is underway in the theater to remove an elevated dance floor added to the theater in the days as a disco dance studio. Heath hopes to restore some of the original look of the theater while adding a dinner theater setting rather than the original seating.
It'll hold 250 banquet style seats, or 400 if you're doing like a concert event.
As part of the renovations, the Capitol must be brought up to date with modern building and fire codes.
Electrically, plumbing wise, heating and air, all these things have to be brought up to modern code. So that's very complicated because, for example, we have to sprinkle this entire building with new fire protection.
Plans to add a sprinkler system for fire safety are underway, and a false ceiling in the basement has already been removed to make way for a new system.
I believe in Maryville. I believe in its historical values, and I am very excited that it is making a comeback, and I am very positive that it will. And Heath Claiborne at the Capitol is doing a remarkable job. Cannot wait for his new dinner theater to open up.
This movement across America, like little downtowns like this that are being renovated, in my opinion, has been a direct effect of people searching out anything different to break away from this almost like a matrix feel of just the same old cookie cutter mentality. And so everything that we do here, we want to preserve the original architectural integrity, and most importantly, the memories that people have here. If we can try to make it look like what it used to be, then when people step through the doors, that's going to trigger an instant emotional response. And for the people who've never been here before, they're going to be able to step back and see something that came directly from a time era that they don't even know.